Alright, hey guys, I got another Wi-Fi battle for you versus Sarjinn on Smokin. So, yeah, it's a good match. And, yeah, that's about it. I really have to say for the beginning. Let's just get this shit started. Alright, so I'm gonna drop my Mew up in this bitch. Sorry if I sound really white saying that. I'm not white. Alright, so he's gonna go for that EQ, and I'm just gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp because seeing as it's already gonna be speedy and the T-Wave will not affect it, so might as well cut its attack in half, right? Makes sense to me. So he's just going to keep EQing, so I'm like, if you're going to keep EQing, I'm just going to set up on you after I switch into Snorlax, which does help me find out a lot of things about a team, or so. But let's wait till we get to that part. Alright, so yeah, I switched my Snorlax. Alright, so that's good. So I changed up the quality settings on my Camtasia. I just have to know, you guys, is the quality better, much better, way worse? Just little feedback, things like that, if you want to say so. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep pushing up, and now I'm at +2, I think. Well, let's see. No. Yeah, I think I'm at like +1 or something. I honestly don't know. No, yeah, I get a +2 here. I was at +1. So I'm just going to keep cursing up till really as much as I can. I'm willing to play this game because you know it is Pokemon. But, so yeah, that's the fun part. So he's just going to keep trying to go for a Will-O-Wisp at me. And I'm just going to keep cursing, seeing as I'm going to be able to do anything. Like, I'm at basically a +1 since burn cuts your attack at half, so that's actually really good for me. And there I am back at perfect health, but the burn is just gonna hurt me a bit. So we'll switch out into his Miss Magius, and I'm just gonna keep cursing. And now he's gonna try to stall me out a bit with subs, which I don't see as a very good tactic. I personally don't know a way to stop the Curse Laxus other than get him to switch out or like scar me. That's the only thing. Anything will roll in to stop a Curse Lax. But yeah, I'm just gonna crunch that substitute right in its ugly face, and that thing's gonna go down just because I need it to, and I'm basically at +2, so that's always good. And the burn is just going to hurt me a bit more. That's about like 2 burns. I have a lot of turns left, and so he won't be able to stall me out very well or effectively, which is good for me. And so yeah, his substitute's going to go out once more, and now he's going to switch out into his god, what's it called? Bisharp. Yeah, that thing I was worried about the entire match. I was desperate to kill that thing, and so yeah, here we go. I'm just going to go for a crunch on it, and that's going to do shit for damage, even though I'm at +2. But he is 4 times resisting it, and that's like 20 damage from +2, so not even worth it. So he expects me to go for a Fire Punch, but I'm just going to Body Slam here. Oh, so yeah. But honestly, why would he expect a Fire Punch? Which makes no sense to me why he'd expect a Fire Punch, because I need a normal stab, which Body Slam is. So here I'm just gonna go Body Slam again, hoping for some parry, because you know it is like 30% chance. Wait, actually no, I rest. Sorry. And that just means I'm gonna make my Snorlax and fodder here, which is actually really good. And I'm just gonna switch into Easy Bake, my Heat Rotom, and he's gonna go for Iron Head, which does a bitch load, seeing as he's at +2, and that's water resisted, and that Sucker Punch is just going to take me out. Alright, now I switch into Peekaboo, just to go for an Aqua Jet, seeing as I can live a +2, and yeah, so he obviously knows that's not going to throw me a super Sucker Punch gun. That's here I'm just going to go to the Mew, just to, seeing as he'll Pain Split, and that's going to get me damage back, and so I'm at 180, which is really helpful. And so here I'm going to Thunder Wave, expecting him to go into his Bisharp, which he doesn't. I don't see why he wouldn't, but I guess so. On this next turn, I'm like guaranteeing myself that I'll go into Bisharp now, seeing as I'll go for a Psychic since he's staying in. But no, he stays in and goes for a Pain Split, which does like 4 damage, which I'm wondering why the hell he even did it, but I guess it works either way. So now I'm just going to kill it off with Psychic, just because, well, if he's planning to keep it in, I might as well let him kill it off. Alright, so now he sent it in his Milotic, even though I say Bisharp is the better counter, but I guess not to him. Alright, so here I'm going to go for the Paralyzation, and he's going to go for Toxic on me. I would have gave him the Toxic and just went for a Psychic, but seeing in the long run during this game, the Paralyzation really does help a lot more. Seeing as my Galvantula could just wreck its shit. As we'll see here, it does quite a lot. Not even Recover can help him after that, after one Thunder. And so here I'm just going to Thunder, and it's going to do a bitch load to him, which I laugh about. Alright, so yeah. I was kind of hoping he'd get some para, but here he's going for a Scald, and that's going to do a big old chunk out of me, which just proves that he super has some paper thin defenses. And here I'm just going to keep thundering at him, hoping to kill him, but he fodders out this Magius. So I don't know why, but he's like foddering out all his good sweepers, which is like one of the rules one thing I've always known to go by is to like never fodder out a sweeper. If you have to, just fodder out a wall, but not early in the game. It's a bit hard to describe. Alright, so he's going to Extreme Speed here, and that's going to do like about a third 3-hit KO, which kind of worries me. But I'm just going to go for an Aqua Jet still, and that's going to bring this Naomi / Milotic whatever shit back down. Alright, so he's going to get the Lefty's Recovery, and after the Lefty's Recovery, I was hoping to God I'd be able to KO him with an Aqua Jet still, but no, that's not the case, and he's going to recover all that off. So I'm going to have to make a switch here, and I'm going to switch into my Staraptor, as you'll see, because Staraptor always needs some action in a battle. But somehow to God, even though I haven't used it yet in the battle, he predicts it or so, and he gets a crit, which actually does matter, because these bulky Milotics aren't going to be able to one-shot any type of super effective hit, especially if it isn't stab. So I'm saying that crit does matter. Right, but at least I get a safe switch into my Galvantula. I'm a Thunder, and he is going to fodder out his next sweeper, which really was my main concern this entire battle, which just made me question what was going through his mind. But here, I guess he just really wants to take me out. So I'm just going to switch into Mew, just because I know this is the only thing I have to take out his Milotic. And that it will do. Alright, so he's just going to go for Extreme Speed, and that's going to do a chunk out of me. Just, wow, it's quite a bit of damage. But it is Life Orb, so, yeah. Alright, so he's just going to go for another Extreme Speed, and this leaves me at 7 HP, which creates one of the best possible situations for me. So I'm going to be able to take him out with the Psychic, and he's going to die. And I'm going to die to Poison, which is really good, so I get a free switch into my Galvantula, basically, so I don't... If Mew survived, I'd have to, like, risk a turn of him getting a Recover off. That means he'd be able to survive Thunder, like here, which he doesn't. And then he could have scalded me, and I would have died. That would have been almost a good game if that would have happened. So yeah, that's a good game. I'm up with 3 on this match. So yeah, that was a fun match.